All right. Good morning,
Good morning.
Davids.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing, boss?
I'm all right. I'm doing okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you for honoring our visit today, and we invite you because you're a legend. Maybe you don't know.
Amen.
Yeah. No, it's not a prayer point. Yeah. Don't worry. In the conversation, in the course of our conversation, you understand. You're a legend. You know. You have made people. I remember many years ago, you know, I stayed in your house, you know, with so many other artists. And how do you feel? Most of these people now, they are giants in the industry. You know, first of all, I want to ask you, why did you do what you did? You know, then why do you allow people stay with you, eat your food? They are not, you don't even know, there's no direction. Like me, my life did not have any direction then, you know. So how did you see the potential? So why do you do what you were doing, you know, knowing fully well that there's nothing tangible, you know, at that particular time?
Oh, well, so people gave me opportunity. You know, first of all, my dad, having 3 wives, and too many children.
Revelation.
Too many is like we were 11 children, or 12,
Wow.
I think. The 12, 13 children, if I forget. So of the 13 children, I'm the 11th, you know. But then I saw my dad even having just 2 rooms. I mean, as a soldier, you're entitled to 1 room. But because he was friends with a lot of people, I know he had 2 rooms. We call it rooms because it's just room and parlor. And then in that room and parlor with that number of children, my dad did not stop at anything to bring in more people.
Oh my God.
So, you know, the house would not contain people, but he would still bring more people.
Barracks.
Exactly. Barracks. And we could not, even though the people were coming, rather than us complain that the house was too full, we hated that the house would be empty. So we just loved the house being filled with people. So it's different character, different, and then it was more fun. It was more. I mean, there was no dull moments. There was the comedy side, the argument part, the beating part, the learning part. So all those curves, you know, got into me, and it's an extension to everybody in my home. Everybody lives the same way. You know, we are used to it. We grew up with it, so we got used to it. Yeah. And then the people I met eventually, people I lived with eventually, you know, from my church, all of them in my church, you know, those people gave me that welcoming, you know, love, affection.
So nothing have happened to discourage you from that kind of lifestyle.
Even till now.
So I have your father to thank now.
Yes.
Yes, I have your father to thank because yes. I must tell you, you were the first person that gave me a gig.
Wow. I didn't even know.
Yeah, you would know. You were the first person that gave me a gig, you know, back then, you know, when, you know, I was trying to, you know, I will not say carve a niche for myself. I was trying to find something to eat.
Then it was about eating.
Then it was about surviving, you know. And I remember, you know, me coming to, we met, you know, somewhere, I don't know, I think, I will remember, but I came to church and Pastor Muyiwa was looking for an audio engineer. I said, Zenith, okay, I think Ade.
Yes,
the guy called Ade was looking for a sound engineer. Yes. He said, Zenith, this guy is a sound engineer now, Zenith. And that's how I worked with them on that project. Yeah. After working with them, from working with them, I still met Pastor Muyiwa. I became a sound engineer then, you know. Just from there, from working for Pastor Muyiwa, it was now from a sound company to sound company, you know. And I won't be where I am today if somebody did not spark that. So people now, yes, of course, we know God sparked it, but we also know that God used humans, you know. So, and then I want to ask, how do you feel now seeing almost everybody, you know, you were housing then, seeing them doing great things in their industry,
makes
I'm sure you will feel so happy.
I feel like an old man.
I'm telling you, even at a young age.
That's my child. That's my child.
Yeah.
That's my child. You know, I'll be 40 in October. And
wow.
Some weeks ago, I was looking at my life, being 40, and what the achievements have been. And I realized that nothing is worthy of happiness like the people that have been in my life. So I could count money, I could count all the travelings, I could count all the ministries that I've been to, I could count all the countries I've been to, but sincerely, what gave me more joy and happiness is the number of lives.
The human resources.
Exactly. And the fact that they are in their own space and in their own way touching other people. You know, the truth is sometimes you get discouraged because you hope that at least you get one call to say, bros, how far you do? You don't chop. But then sometimes again you ask yourself, did you do it because you wanted them to call you to ask you how you do? You don't chop. You know, and it has not stopped me because even till this minute there are people who live in the house. People who came like the other people who didn't know where they were going, or who had an idea of where they were going but didn't know what way to go.
Yeah.
And we still do our best to make sure that we give direction to these people. I wish I could say no, but I don't have the willpower to tell anybody no.
Because that's how you're designed.
That's how I'm created. Yes. So I am happy that these guys are doing well. I mean, there's Maxam, there's Cheap Race, there's Megwin, there's Kelechi and Berry, who is married to Berry now. There is Michael, you know, Mike Skills. There are lots. Roland is there are a lot of people.
And there's me.
And there's Zenith. You know, when it comes to production, there's Zenith. I mean, the time we were in one studio with Oz, who is an amazing person now, who is making plenty money. You know, God has used us. Ozedicos. Yes. You know, but you see, the truth of the matter is, sometimes we remember names, sometimes we don't. There are people who do us and say, I stayed in your place. I say, where? Sometimes we'll tell you, I stepped in your house one night like that, and I'm like, oh really? You know, so it keeps happening, but it makes me happy to know that I've been able to touch as many people as I can with this length of years that God has kept me.
Thank you.
So I feel so proud and happy. The proud is not me. The proud is them, seeing all of you doing amazing, wonderful things that I'm still dreaming about. I see people already doing it. People that came through me, from me, by me, in me, with me. You know, so it makes a lot of sense to me. A lot of sense.
Thank you.
I'm happy about it.
On behalf of, you know, all of us, you know, that God has helped through you, you know, I say thank you. You know, and then we can overemphasize on, you know, your contributions, you know, in especially the gospel music space, you know, trying to right some wrongs, trying to correct some bad impression, you know, some wrong, you know, practices and all that. And that brings me to one of your conversations, you know, on Facebook the other time. You know, you were talking about church musicians and them being paid. So, but forgive me, I'm going to play the devil's advocate. You understand? So that the conversation will be strong.
Yes.
You know. So why should they pay gospel musicians? Okay. You understand? Since it's God that gave you the talent.
Yes.
So you are supposed to use it to work for. He gave it to you freely.
Yes.
You are supposed to use it to work for Him freely.
Yes, I hear
and
you.
Go and look for something else to do.
I hear you. Let me tell you the truth. We're all born with different things. Some of us were born with the ability to talk. We can talk. That's why we have people on TV, on radio. Some people are born to be orators, some are born to be motivational speakers. Now they call themselves life coach. I don't know what that means, but you know,
I'm not on this table. I'm not the table.
But you see, there are people like that who are born with different stuff. Now God created E. Davids, put some music in E. Davids, and says, go into the world, do music, go to get formal training. E. Davids should be a mess.
It will be a quack.
It will be a mess. Yes. So the passion.
A talented quack musician.
Good. You see, I have to first of all understand that thing is inside me. Once I have it, once I'm sure of it, I'm sure I will be on. Once I'm sure that thing is inside me, the next thing I need to do is to go and train it, to fan it. Fanning is not free.
Okay.
Fanning is, you have to pay. I mean, either you're paying someone to train you, or you're going to a school to be trained, or you are buying books to be trained, or you're buying data to go to the internet to watch several videos and several materials, read them and all that. So
some go as far as traveling abroad to train,
as far as traveling abroad
ticket and school fees.
Exactly. You know, some even come to people like me and you, and you know, we talk about it, we agree to train them per hour with some charges. Yeah. Now, some of those people during that training time, the people who condemn their being paid don't give them a dime to be trained. Don't even recognize them as good enough to either play the guitar or lead a song in church. Then these people get the training, do all the sacrifices. I mean, people do dirty jobs up to just to pay for that certification. And after paying for this certification, someone comes and tells you are not supposed to be paid as a professional. What makes you a professional? All the things you did, all the monies you spent, all the trainings you got over a period of time. You become so good. I mean, the doctor goes to school. The doctor practices medicine. The doctor has people who trained him. There's no question as to why the hospital is paying the doctor. The teacher goes to school.
The doctor should do it for God.
No, you are playing the devil's advocate. Don't stay there. You know, the teacher goes to school, does all the teaching practices and everything, and the teacher is being paid for teaching. The engineer goes to school, like you, gets trained by different models of softwares and books and everything. After a period of time when he's being trained, they are telling the engineer, do it for free. Now, the musician is the same thing. Once the person is someone who is useful in church, musician, engineer, the calculation is don't pay them. The calculation is God gave you the gift. God gave all of us the gift. God also made us to go through some training. Like a university we all did. I mean, where are the places that musicians are supposed to work? Because that is what is causing this argument, really. The singer is not supposed to work in a hospital. He's not even supposed to work in a school because he's a singer. Unless he has some form of music education that he can transfer to these children, he has no business working in a school because he's not a teacher. Now, if a singer who has gone through all the trainings of all the years goes straight into a church and is asking for a particular fee, why should he not be paid? If the church can afford it, why should the church not pay the person? Because this guy is like, I mean, some resident pastors are paid. There are some pastors in church who are being paid.
But they are doing fasting and prayers, and they are doing rigorous. Their work is more rigorous.
More rigorous, right? The musicians comes to church sometimes 3 times in a week. The pastor comes to church once or twice in a week. Most of them who are being paid, apart from the resident pastor who is always in church. The other people who are even on the payroll come to church like once or twice in a week, and they are paid. The musicians will come to church on Sunday, on Saturday, for midweek service, for hour of refreshing, for you name it. There are several. I mean, in some churches, you must come to church every day as a musician, and then someone is saying you should not be paid. No, I don't think that's a good practice. Personally, I think it's a wrong practice. If the doctor goes to work in the hospital, even though ours is limited, we only have the club or the church. So if you're saying that the church should not pay us, you're pushing us to the club as musicians, as professional musicians, because we went to school, we read this thing. I have friends who went to the university who read this thing. I have people like me who went to Muson Center who paid a lot of money to read music.
Okay, so the argument is that there are other things these people, because we believe all of us, there's one thing we agree with: the blessings of God.
Yes.
We agree, with the blessings of God. So the argument is that these people can play this instrument, for free for God, and then they can go out there to go and do any other thing, and God will bless what they are doing. So that's their argument. Say, why not? Why are you focusing on church to give you money, church that you're supposed to be giving? Why not go out there and go and make out, you understand, and go and make a life for yourself?
My anger with this is people have no issues when the club pays Davido, pays Olamide, pays Whiskey, millions of dollars. People have no problem whatsoever. No problem when Asha is being paid. No problem, but
in millions.
No problem when they even do events and put tickets. But once it is a church member, once it is a church musician, someone who does music and who plays for the church, let me put it that way, because we are not church musicians, we are musicians who play in church,
yes.
who have decided to stay in church.
Yeah.
Not like we don't have other options, but this place is better for us.
Yes.
So are you saying that it is wrong if Olamide is making so much money, Davido so much risky? I mean, when you see the list, top 10 list of musicians who are super wealthy in Nigeria, you don't see one gospel musician. So are you saying that it is now wrong for me to be treated properly in my father's house? Don't forget, there's a scripture in the Bible that says that all the tithes and offerings should be shared. The tithes should be shared with the Levites.
That's people that work
in church. The videographer, the photographer, the musicians, those who are skilled, even the ushers who stay in the church, share with them. In our day, a singer will go and share a problem with a pastor, and the next few years, let me pray for you. We know, we all have access to God. And we are all anointed. We all direct access. I don't need anybody to pray for God as me. We have direct access.
So what I need from you is money.
Give me money. You know one thing I love about my senior pastor? There are times that you tell him stuff. You tell you what you need is not prayer, it's money.
Hey, I love that man. I need to change senior pastor. Remind me.
If you tell you straight that, Emmanuel, what you need is not prayer, it's money. And he do his best to give you what you can now. Yes. There are lots of other people that we need to appreciate that fact. See, as a church musician who works in church, the only thing you should give to me is a job that does not clash with my job in church.
Yes.
Because I'm being paid in church. That is even if I'm not being paid, respect me.
Yes, even if I'm not being paid. Yes.
Respect me. And stop. Let me tell you, over and about 25 years ago, a pastor came into the studio room in church and told me I was wasting my life. All my mates were in school and I was wasting my life doing music. I had come to church on a Wednesday night to do a video. After midweek service, I stayed for a video. Then I do rehearsal 2 or 3 times a week, just me, nobody else. I didn't have a direct mentor that was ready to put. So I would go to church, just get materials, go to the cyber cafe, print as many, and do those practices in church. Bros, when this man told me this thing, I cried.
That's many years ago now.
I said about 24, 25 years ago.
You can imagine.
I cried. As I was coming, I told him, I said, I'll be better than you. Sir, as I
find out. I know. I don't
as I speak, there is I cannot say that.
The difference is like from here to about.
I cannot even say that this person, we are not near when it comes to what we do for God. But you see, if over these years, I've been putting in more time. Even as Davids, I see we are 6 hours, 8 hours, sometimes twice in a week. I pay people for transportation. If I have to pay them what they are worth, if I really have to pay them what they are worth, I should pay each person at least 10,000 for rehearsal.
Yeah.
That is if I really have to pay them what they are worth. And this 10K is because I don't have money. So I have to beg them. If I have to pay them for the performance, which is now like the job itself, I shouldn't pay any musician less than 50K per performance. So let's do the calculation. 6 backup singers, 6 musicians, about 6 musicians, that's 12. Then me. Then I now add manager to it. How will I pay these people? How will they feed their families? Because there are truths we are not telling ourselves. The families feed from the same thing. You need to consider the fact that these people feed their families. So you can't keep beating anybody who says they want to be paid. I'm not saying that if the church doesn't have, the church to go and steal. I'm saying as a musician,
don't just discourage.
Yes, if I come to your church and you are the pastor and you ask me what my need will be, and part of it I mentioned I'm going to pay me 300,000 every week. If you tell me you don't have, there are ways you will talk to me, even for free, I will stay. And there are ways you talk to me, even for 500k, I'll walk away. I've gotten offers, crazy offers. I've been in one church for 26 years. I've gotten crazy offers. I mean, very beautiful offers.
They should hear this
but
eventually, because
I'm still staying.
It's not about money.
No, it's not about money. I've been in my church 26 years. I've not moved out of the church for 26 years. Nobody has paid me salary. I said it confidently. Not one month ended and I got a salary alert for 26 years. And I'm still in the same place. And I'm not hungry.
So the fight you're fighting is not even for yourself.
No, it's not for me, sir.
It's just the right thing.
It's just the right thing to do. If I pay a doctor, I should pay a singer. If I pay a doctor, I should pay a musician. The doctor is making a living practicing medicine. The singer should make a living practicing music. Until we see it that way.
Or maybe they should close down. I'm no more playing the devil's advocate because we are on the same side. I say, so maybe they should close down music schools. You understand? Converting university, they shut down their music.
Exactly.
Audio, shut down. Or let churches start paying for those, start paying for those schools, or set up those schools so that
even if they pay for the school, even if you pay for my schooling, after you pay for my schooling, and I come back from the training, I go marry you, I go marry, I go pay house rent. So the thing is beyond just wanting to pay for my school fees. I will appreciate it. I will owe you for the rest of my life for paying my school fees. When you call me, I'll always be there. That's the truth. But again, there's another truth. How do I pay?
Maybe they will continue. They will now continue feeding your family. Buy you car. Buy you when time reach. That time that you wish to have a house, they buy you a house.
I mean, you need much like that.
So I think it's good. It's good for us to have this conversation. It's going to be out there. They are going to hear. You understand? We're going to tag some of them. You understand? There's nothing they can't beat us. God has helped us.
Yes.
In such a way that you can't bring us down.
Yes.
If you can't bring us up, you can't bring us down.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So thank you very much. And even the last question I wanted to ask you as regards to your post yesterday about the choir thing. You touched on, some of them. Maybe you just want to,
I would like to say that in closing, pastors, please, I am begging you. You see the singer in your church who doesn't get salary. You also have issues. She also have issues. When she comes to you, do beyond prayer. Do beyond. I'm begging you, do beyond prayer. If this person has a need of 1 million naira, for instance, the least you can do is give a check of something. I'm not saying give all. If you can give all, perfect. If you can't, no problem. But don't start telling them how they are jobless, how they are lazy and all that. You need to be in their lives to understand what they've been trying to do. Some people do air, but how much does this air? They struggle to do a lot of things.
And buy their uniforms.
Buy uniforms, yes, a lot. So please, when a choir member comes to you, that person may not be in your payroll. When she comes to you, do beyond praying for them. I'm saying it again, do beyond praying for them. You don't need the Holy Spirit to lead you to give. Sometimes, force yourself to give, because money is one thing that we don't like parting away with. A lot of us is, I mean, like one of my friends would say, giving money is giving blood. If I give you money, I've given you my blood.
Oh, well, that one, that stingy person.
Exactly. You know, so do more. We would like a functional choir where we can come to church, where all our needs may not be met, but we can be sure that we'll get an assistance or a pathway to our needs. For me, don't even give us money every week. For me, my best bet would be if you can set up businesses for us. Set up businesses for us. Don't just leave us after setting up the business. Give us coaches, business coaches that can help us make that business not fail. You know, one of the things that keeps my business growing is you. And I'll tell you how. When we're setting up the business, at the first year, we had some issues with customers and all that. And you made a statement. You said, any business that doesn't close in 5 years can never close again.
Yeah.
And I told myself I will survive these 5 years. I mean, today is years.
Yes, now you know. Now it's easy, you know, to run. Man.
Yes, you know. So the truth is, set up a business with the intentional mindset of making it grow for these people. You know, imagine a choir where those who don't have jobs have businesses. The body will be lessened because those people who have businesses can also support the church.
So the truth is, choir now.
Yes, for the choir.
For the musicians. Yeah.
Yes, it is give and give. For the musicians, I always say it. No matter how much your salary is, get a side hustle. I preach no matter how, even if they're paying 300K per month, please. Even if you are playing with the biggest musician in the world, please get a side hustle and keep it because you need it. You need it crazy because it's not enough. 300K per month. You live in a house that you pay 1 million naira or 800,000 per month per year. You have children, you have a wife, you need to buy a car. There are bills. Not in this moment where fuel is now 500 per liter and everything is like 3 or 4 times high. You know, so just get a side hustle and make sure that you push it the way you are pushing your musicianship and you'll be fine.
Thank you very much, Davids. God bless you. Thank you for coming. We are all owing you. You don't use that throw us jab. When I post that part, I'll thank all of us. We know all of us. It's time to start. No, it's true. You know, sometimes in pursuit of in pursuit of growth and daily bread and everything, we forget some things. I know some of us, people like me, we're always saying, okay, when this time come, we'll do this. When this time come, no, there is no right time. You understand? We appreciate you.
I know I'm appreciated. One of the things I wouldn't try to do is to make anybody forcefully appreciate.
No.
So I know there's a timing. I can never tell. You see, this timing will not even be for me. It may be your child being told the story of me and then meeting my child in one country. So the payment doesn't necessarily have to be, so I need to call everybody, they bought me a car, a big house. It may just be for my children.
I'm just remembering, what was this guy in this song? When I Dey Alive.
Celebrate
me. Now when I Dey Alive, that song, let the song preach to me. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for coming. Thank you.